Alex Kava was born in a small county outside Silver Creek, Nebraska. Her parents understood how important education was, but they had a tremendous work ethic. To them, reading didn't seem at all useful unless it was required for schoolwork. When she was a teenager, Kava wrote short stories in the backs of calendars, only sharing them with her younger brother and hiding them in a shoebox under her bed. Growing up, she fantasized about becoming a writer. She earned an art scholarship to attend college. To pay living expenses, she worked in a nearby hospital's central supply department. In 1982, she graduated from the College of St. Mary in Omaha, Nebraska, with a bachelor's degree in art and English. After graduating, Kava held a variety of jobs, mostly in advertising and marketing. Starting her own graphic design firm, Square One, she designed food packages and logos for national corporations, wrote brochures and newsletters, created a line of greeting cards, and directed TV and radio commercials. In 1992, she returned to St. Mary as its Director of Public Relations. Kava quit her public relations position in the summer of 1996, wanting to dedicate more time to writing fiction and getting published. To pay the bills, she resurrected Square One, refinanced her home, maxed out her credit cards, and even took on a newspaper daily route. She is a member of the Mystery Writers of America and Sisters in Crime. At the library in Columbus, Nebraska, Alex said she had a lot of fun with her book signing. Everyone who knows her from the hometown area came to visit. She also donated a percentage of the proceeds to the library fund. This is the infamous one false move yard gnome. Everyone should have one in Alex's opinion. Retired Pensacola Fire Chief Dixon went out of his way to teach Alex about the blue crabs that are found in the East Bay waters. He has this trap here set outside in his back dock. Scout, Alex's 7-year-old West Highland Terrier, spends many side-by-side times with Alex when she's in writing mode. He considers it working and loves to be close to her whenever she is working. Grand prize winner of the Crime Lab Tour in 2006, Sandy Hall and her grandson Tyler Dalton are greeted by Alex upon their arrival from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Here they are at the site of the first murder in A Necessary Evil, a play airport. They traveled all the way from South Carolina to visit the Douglas County CSI unit and have dinner with Alex as well. A Perfect Evil was Kava's first book. This one has quite the background to it. Alex chose to write it this way because in the fall of 1983, a small Nebraska community was held hostage for 116 days while authorities searched for a killer. Within a month of each other, 2 little boys had been kidnapped and brutally murdered. No one knew where and when the killer would strike next. Residents who normally left their doors unlocked while they went to the store were suddenly afraid to let their children go anywhere alone. Convicted serial killer John Hewart was executed for the murders he had confessed to in 1983. Despite it being 13 years later, she was surprised to find how easily she could remember the raw emotion and the sheer panic surrounding those murders. That was when she decided to write a suspense novel about a community in the grips of a killer's rampage. Split Second is Kava's second book. It was released in 2001 in hardcover. This one, as well as most of her books, is a Maggie Odell novel. Next on her list is The Soul Catcher. It was released in 2003. Then, At the Stroke of Madness, which was released in 2004, came out. She seems to be a very quick writer when she really gets into her novels. Next to be released was One False Move. It came out in 2004. This one is where the infamous lawn gnome is introduced. A couple years later, after taking some time off, Alex released A Necessary Evil in 2006. Then there is Thriller, which was released in 2006 as well. Her last two are Whitewash and Exposed. She is currently working on a new one called Organic. Alex lives in Omaha, Nebraska with her 2 dogs, Scout and Miss Molly. She often travels for book signings and says she is ecstatic with herself and her life because she has achieved her childhood dream, to become a writer.